Good day, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Mr. Chavez's Art Show. Today, we're going to be doing the same thing as what we did in one of our episodes from before, and that is we're going to be learning how to draw with shapes today. Last time, we learned how to draw houses, cars, and a person. Today, we're going to be learning how to draw this scene. In this episode, we're going to be learning how to draw mountains, boats, and whales. So, come follow along, and I'm going to show you how to draw all those things.
So these are the supplies you're going to be using for today. We have paper, something to draw with, such as a marker or a pencil, and then lastly, we have our colors. That way we can color our beautiful scene, and that is all you're going to be using for today. Let's get started. Okay, so the first one we're going to learn how to draw is we're going to learn how to draw mountains. And how we draw mountains is by drawing triangles. So we first draw a big triangle from going from bottom to top, top to bottom, and then we have one big line on the bottom just like that, so it looks like the mountain is on the ground. Now if you want to add a little bit more details, you can add a squiggly line, making it look like there's snow on top of the mountain. Kind of neat, right? You can also do like a little 3 mountain range, such as this, doing triangles, adding one triangle in the back like this, maybe a little tiny one right here. See? Kind of neat. Add a little snow, maybe. So that's how we do our mountains. Our mountains look like triangles. The next thing we're going to be drawing is a boat. Now, a boat consists not a lot of shapes. You have your trapezoid, you have a triangle, and a very skinny rectangle. So this is how we draw our boat. We start with our trapezoid, and it's going to be upside down. So it's not going to look like this, it's going to look more like this. So we start from one line from left to right, from bottom slanted, and then from left to right. So yes, upside down trapezoid. And then in the middle, like right here, we're gonna do a very skinny rectangle. Very skinny. Just like that. And then our last shape we're going to include are triangles. We're just going to use this very skinny rectangle as one of our sides. So there we go. Just like that. And if you want, so this is an example of our boat. You even add another triangle on the other side to give it more. And that's our boat.
I'm making a different kind of boat this time. This one is going to look more like one of those cruise ships that you see on the ocean. And how you make those is by starting with an upside down skinny trapezoid. Then we start drawing a skinny rectangle on top of that trapezoid, and finally we just add squares on top. I'm going back to add small black squares to give my boat some windows. And right there you see you have one boat that looks more triangular and one that looks more rectangular.
The last thing we're going to be drawing is the whale. Now the whale is kind of a little tricky to draw, so you have to pay attention and follow along. The shapes we're going to be using for the whale are a lot of ovals and one unique shape called a parallelogram. This is what a parallelogram looks like. Kind of looks like a slanted rectangle. That's what a parallelogram is. Now, how we draw the whale, I'm going to be using a pencil just to make it easier. How we're going to draw the whale is by making a big oval for the body, and then from the body there is a little whales have a little have arms just like us. They're called flippers. So for the flippers of the whales, we're going to be drawing another oval on top of the big one. So it's going to be looking just like that. And then next, we're going to draw the parallelogram for the tail. So parallelogram is going to be this tall, and then we go from here, make it slanted, and I think I'm going to stop right here. So that's our parallelogram. And then lastly, for the flippers, we're going to use ovals, big old ovals, just like this. Because if you look at pictures of whales, they're really big flippers, just like this. And now I'm gonna go back and just erase some of these things, just so that you can kind of see how the whale is pieced together. See? Doesn't it look kind of like a whale? Maybe if I give it a little smile and a little eye right here. Lastly, let's put a little tiny oval right here for his blowhole. That's where all the water starts spraying out from the ocean, from the whales. So yeah, that's how you would draw a whale. Now here, I'm showing you different ways you can draw the whale. Here we have one whale that I drew with the shapes where the tail is facing more downward, just like that. Then I have another whale in which the tail is more flat instead of more looking upright. And then lastly, I drew the whale just like this, as if we were looking on top of it. So, and this whale kind of looks like it's turning around, going downward. So, and to make it look like like you're looking on top of the whale, I included 2 flippers instead of 1. See? 1, 1, 1. And in this one, we have 1, 2. 2 flippers. However you want to make your whale look like and position it, it's all up to you. These are just different ways you can draw the whale.
So now that we've learned how to draw a mountain, a boat, and a whale, let's put all of those things that we've learned today, and we're going to be learning to draw our own ocean scene. So what I'm doing here is I am making an island by adding a little skinny thin oval, and then I'm putting my mountains on top of it to make it look like an island. Next, I am drawing my big whale. Whales are very big, so it's very important to put that next, just so that you know where everything is going to be. After I finished my whale, I started drawing my little boat, doing my upside down trapezoid with my triangle, my skinny rectangle. And I noticed that I had enough space to make another boat. So I made a different boat with an upside down trapezoid, a rectangle, and 2 small squares. And right now I'm drawing little windows for my boat. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm going back and outlining all of what I drew. So I'm outlining my whale with a black marker just to make it look nice. After I outline my whale, I'm gonna start outlining my boat, my other boat, and also my island, and also the ocean that I drew. Now, this is where the fun part begins. You just start by coloring it in however you like. There are different kind of whales. I decided to color my whale gray, and then later on I'm going to be coloring my island and the big ocean with blue skies. after I finished drawing my island, I noticed that I had a little space to add a little palm tree just to make it look like a tropical island. Adding a little brown, some green. That is a lot of blue I'm coloring, and I have to use a lot of blue for the ocean because the ocean is actually a big body of water, and water in the ocean looks blue. So this is my drawing. So as you can see, I colored my mountains green because when you draw islands in the ocean, the mountains look more green and they don't have any white on the top because they don't have any snow. And I drew two boats right here, so one boat, two boats. And they're both different because one of them has this triangle shape, which is called a sail, and this one is more rectangular and it has these things called stacks, which this is all engine powered. And then lastly, here's my big old whale, and my whale is spraying water out of his blowhole. Now, when you draw your oceans, as you can see, I made little squiggly lines. Those are little waves. Because when it comes to the ocean, it's not a straight line. It's more squiggly and curvy. So, just one quick tip when you learn how to draw oceans, okay? Well, I hope you had a fun day today learning how to draw all those things today. Try to practice on your own and create however you'd like. Try to take what we learned in our last episode about drawing a house, a person, and a car, and try to include that in today's drawing too. Be creative however you like. And this is Mr. Chavez saying bye until next time. Thank you for joining me today. See you later. Bye.